What is everybody? KLE here playing Minecraft tonight and back on the JSFS server. And just chilling out down here in my little home. I have absolutely no idea what I have shown you between the JSFS server and the Equilibrium server. Due to the fact that I have been doing a lot of recording and then I would immediately delete it for some reason. I've done that for quite a few videos. But yeah, this is my little place. I'll show you a little bit more once the sun comes up. It's quite busy up there. And just make sure I don't have anything. Oh, there's a bit of chicken. Got some things in my furnace. See, I got some. Actually, I need these. Got some potion stuff going on. This is all kinds of junk. In fact, let's put a couple of these away. Yep. Should mention in the 1.6.2 update, baby zombies do spawn naturally. So, ew. So, I think the last video that's not UHC that I officially uploaded was an IRL video mentioning me going into the Air Force and talking about how that will affect me recording videos and such, and what that might mean about the servers and the JSFS server folks. They said that I would not be removed from the whitelist, which is great. And yeah, I think he's fairly new. Sorry, I was reading the chat, but let's do a little bit of house cleaning while I wait for the sun to rise. But I'm not joining the Air Force. Not anymore, at least. Does not mean I will not be joining the military at all. It basically, I'm switching branches. I'm calling an audible. I am going to be joining the Army instead of the Air Force. The reason why I am doing this is simply because I can never, ever get in touch with the folks on the Air Force. The recruiters, never get in touch with them. And is there anything I could be doing right now? And so I got fed up with them and decided to look elsewhere. Talked to the Army recruiters, which pretty much all along they were going to be my second option from the start. And so I talked to them for a bit and liked what they had to say. And long story short, I think I'm going to be signing up with them. Jeez, the sun must have just set. Let's just run out here. So, this is my little island. You see, there's baby zombies and creepers, and this plane. I had built this with intention of joining the Air Force, and now I'm not. This is Eric. He's I think it's supposed to be an F-22 or an F-35 jet. That was weird. And, yeah, I'm not going into the Air Force, so, will not be, so, Eric was kind of built for nothing, except to be my friend here on this island. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun to make. I, did not record me building him, but, I did enjoy the time. It was very annoying at night with these zombies. As you can see, the continuous onslaught with the new update. since then, with the after I built Eric, I decided to build him a runway, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Just digging out all this dirt. I actually filled this in, connected all these little islands in the swamp biome from here till down there, and now I'm replacing it with smooth stone. So Eric joins the family. Even though there's no planes in the army, there are helicopters in the army. Let's see, my main goal for joining the army now is to get into a mechanics career, at least for the beginning. You have basic training, and then advanced training is where you train for your career stuff. I'm going to go for some sort of mechanics or something like that. But after that, you can continue on if you decide to continue your life in the army or whatever branch you go into. There's also special forces kind of deal. There's special classes, extra classes at the after your advanced training, where you can look at these guys. Good thing the sun's about to come up. The advanced train, come on, brain. The specialized training where you can go into train for other stuff. They have, you have leadership training, which I think is called warrior leadership class or training. Yeah, it's warrior leadership. I believe it's classes or corps, and that helps you become an officer in the army. And they have a few other more advanced parts of the army where you can continue your officer education. Stupid zombies. And then you got the specialty trainings where you can train to be a pilot in the army, or be in the airborne, which means, jumping out of planes and parachuting. You can train to be a drill instructor, which I don't think I could ever do. I don't have the voice for it. It requires a lot of yelling. I could probably get mean, but getting loud is something that I need to train in when I get into the army. So, I still got one more. But yeah, it should be fun. It's actually going to be, the Army is going to be 1 week longer than the Air Force. It's going to be 9 weeks in the Air Force. I mean, in the Army. 9 weeks in the Army. And so, I just woke up, so it's like 9 a.m. If I'm having troubles at 9 a.m., waking up at 4:30 in the morning in the Army is going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. 9 weeks, going to be a lot more physical, going to be a lot tougher, because the Army and the Marines are like, wow, okay. The Army and the Marines are like the top two military branches, though they all pretty much go hand in hand with each other. The Coast Guard is kind of seen as the odd man out, I guess, because the Army, Marines, Air Force, and Navy all go out overseas and protect our country that way, whereas the Coast Guard for the most part, stays home. They do Alright, I guess we really did fall off that time. The Coast Guard, for the most part, stays home and protects our coasts. They guard our coastlines. And, they do more, civilian jobs, though they do also, serve overseas as well. They're just more of a defensive kind of branch than the other branches, so. But, yeah, I'm gonna be joining the Army. Army strong. Should be fun. And, luckily for the Army, I'm pretty much where I need to be physically, which is good. The Air Force and the Navy, I think for the Navy I would be at a good weight. I can do that, no problem. Yeah, for the Army and the Navy, they wanted me to lose some weight, and I think in doing that, it helped me prepare for the Army. I mean, the Air Force and the Navy wanted me to lose some weight, but the Army says that I have the perfect amount of body fat for my size. When I went to talk to the recruiters yesterday, which was the 11th, they took my height and weight and measured my body mass index and said that I have a BMI of 24%, which is right on the nose, perfect for my training. So it's pretty good. So gotta thank the Air Force for having me prepare for the Army, seeing as they didn't want me in their branch, apparently. It's actually really interesting seeing the comparison between the 4 branches that I've seen. I don't know where the Coast Guard is around here. I don't think we have a Coast Guard recruiter here, which kind of sucks, but I don't think I had any interest in joining the Coast Guard anyways. But, yeah, the Marines, Army, and Navy, when I went to their recruiting offices, they had, their office was full of recruiters, doing their, making phone calls, talking to people. When I went to initially talk to the Air Force and they weren't there, the Navy actually came out and talked to me. And the best part was they, even though they kind of are salesmen trying to get you to join their branch, they kind of at the same time aren't. Because the Navy, they understood if I did not want to join them. They, I mentioned that I was primarily looking to join the Air Force, and they understood that, and even though they talked as if I was joining them, on my follow-up with the Navy recruiters, when the Air Force recruiter actually did show up, they actually told me that the Air Force recruiter was there, and I thought that was pretty cool. They let me know that he was there and told the recruiter to wait up so I could talk to him. I thought that was pretty awesome. But, oops, I said no. No means no. These go here. Stop, don't do that. Like that. Yeah, that's right. Just dig some of this out of the way. But yeah, the Navy, the Marines, and the Army all had offices full of recruiters. They were open every day, looking for people to join. The Air Force, there's one recruiter who stops by. The Navy says he stops by like once a month. And like I said, there's only one recruiter. And I must say that every time I've tried to get in touch with the Air Force recruiter, I could never do such things. Ew. Yeah, I can never do such things as those. I can never get in touch with the Air Force recruiter, and the only reason why I was able to talk to him in the first place was the fact that he just so happened to show up while I was talking to the Navy. So yeah, if it weren't for the Navy, I would have never talked to the Air Force in the first place. Unfortunately, I could never really get in touch with them afterwards, and so I've kind of moved on and went to my backup plan. I did take a look at the other branches briefly, and deemed that I had no interest in joining the Navy. There wasn't really anything in the Navy that I was interested in, not to mention the fact that I kind of have a fear of drowning. I mean, who wouldn't? It's a slow and helpless death. But, I don't want to join the Marines. I'm kind of intimidated to join the Marines. They are the best of the best, and, I've seen plenty of videos on them, and, I don't think I'm quite cut out for the Marines. And the Coast Guard, I've never had any interest in the first place. I don't even think they have a recruiting office out here. So, yeah, that just leaves me with the Army. And the Army is kind of more or less like the Marines. Ooh, hello. The Army is kind of more or less like the Marines in a lot of ways, actually. The way they train and everything is a lot similar. They are just a little bit more easygoing than the... And I do not... Didn't I have an axe at one point? Why do I not have such a thing? I don't have an axe. Ugh. I don't have any wood either. I have sticks. I can make an axe. So, yeah, I decided I'll join the Army, and, I talked to the recruiter yesterday and liked what he had to say, and so I'm going to join the Army. So, again, I don't know when my shipping date will be, but I am moving forward a lot faster than I would have with the Air Force. The Air Force was a big waiting game, but with the Army, I already have my ASVAB test scheduled, which I don't know if I've mentioned. I know I've mentioned in a previous video. I don't know if it's a previous video here on YouTube, but ASVAB is an aptitude test that determines it determines what kind of jobs you are eligible for based on your score. A higher score means you're eligible for more things. I took the practice ASVAB with the Navy and got a 79. I took the practice ASVAB with the Army, and I got a freaking 90. So, I got a freaking 90. So I'm pretty proud of that. That pretty much means that I can do whatever I want. So, crap, I left my sticks downstairs. I think I threw them. Hello, chicken. Yep, there they are. Let us make a bow. Whoop. And I don't think I have enough cobble at the moment. Where did my cobble go? Oh yeah, I turned them into axes. There we go. Alright. I don't think I actually quite need 8, but... Alright, so we got the bow, redstone, do this, and we got a dispenser. Sweet. So I'll show you Eric a little bit more closely. That's Eric, that's a spider. Oh, the zombies. Damn it, spider. Stop. Stop. Oh, I need that. Thank you. Stop. Friggin' zombies. Need. Alright. Do I have? Yes, I do. I have plenty of dirt. Just do that for now. So yeah, this is Eric. Eric, I believe, is a... I forget if he's an I have the file on here. I believe he's an F-35. So, I'm not up to date on my Minecraft aircraft lore. So, let's put one of these down so I can hop up here. This is the cockpit. This is where you fly. This is by design, so you would sit here and fly. This is actually a bomb bay control. It goes right back here. You would have TNT sitting here, and when you pull the oh, that's what that does. I understand. I understand it. So yeah, that's what that does. So how does it turn off? My question. Interesting. But yeah, the bombs would drop through here, which would be TNT, and you know, they blow up. So, ow. There's also a gunner turret. That's what I needed the dispenser for. The gunner turrets would go up front, but I'll go right there. Right here. Ew. So yeah. So I think that's about everything, actually. Like I said, I've recorded a lot of video, but never really did anything with them due to my, I don't know, my lack of interest in uploading them, I guess. My, dissatisfaction, maybe. But, yep, this is my little island. My future plans, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for this area in the future. I don't know, like I said, I'm not really sure how much longer I have here. With the Army, I'm moving forward a lot more quickly than before. I have to take the ASVAB test next Wednesday, and I do my physical and everything, and if I get cleared out on those things, then I will sign my contract, which I am bound by the U.S. government, or at least the military, and yeah, then I get to do basic training. One notable difference is I do have a 100% guarantee that I will be on active duty and serve time overseas at some point in my life. Does not mean immediately, per se. It just means that when and if we go to war, which technically we're still at war, but when and if we go to war, you know, I will definitely serve at least some time overseas. So that's kind of a sucky thing, but who knows? Should be fun. It'll be fun. So I think that will do for this episode. I am now Army Strong. And hope you guys enjoyed watching, even though I didn't really do anything except continue that runway. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.